we have to continue?
Yeah, second.
Oh, excellent.
So we do 2 episodes.
Oh,
and we
nice.
Sit down. And we pretend like we came back another day and shout again.
So we came back another day, guys.
Yeah, welcome back, episode 2 of Cars and Coconuts.
Cars and coconuts.
Brought to
Coconuts
you-
and cars.
Yeah, brought to you by Kelapa Jelly from Kelapa Oasis, USJ.
And Puteh Subang.
Yeah. So Puteh Subang is where you can do events like your wedding and all
Sorts
that.
of stuff.
Yeah.
Many things you can do. We have small event space, large event space, garden event space. We're sitting in one of the smaller ones. You can do like a barbecue or a birthday party and things like that. I did my daughter's birthday party here. So if I use it, you can too.
Give it a look. We'll leave some links in the description.
Sure.
Now let's continue our story from the previous episode.
Right. So I bought a Celica.
Yeah.
And I bought 2 Celicas, which is the TA40. All of them are 40, 41. 41. All right. Then I bought the Silvia S10, S11. Sorry, not S10, S11. Then after that, we got the Supra.
Yes.
The Celica XX.
The double X, yeah.
The double X.
Yeah. And
After
then-
that, I got a Mitsuka.
Yes. The Galoo. Which
The
is
Galoo.
actually a Nissan Sima, was it?
No, it was a Nissan.
It's a Nissan Taxi lah.
Okay, it's a Nissan Taxi that was based on a Nissan Laurel. It was based on a Laurel, but it was a stripped down Laurel. Basically, they take the Laurel and strip everything nice about
Fuga?
it.
Or
No, it's not. Fuga is much later.
Okay.
I can't remember. It was a taxi.
Right.
It looks like that Japanese and Hong Kong Toyota Crown.
Crown,
it
yeah.
looks like that.
Yeah.
Right? Then
Just the front has been welded with a new structure
the whole front and the whole rear was welded with a new structure.
to look retro.
Simulacra.
But they did a good job.
Yeah, the metal was pretty good.
Yeah, because when you showed me up close, it's like, this doesn't look like a hack job.
Yeah, it's not a hack job, bro.
Yeah, it's like
done
Japanese
properly.
level craftsmanship.
Yeah, yeah.
I wouldn't say artistry. I would
No.
say craftsmanship. Because you look at the car, some angles, something is
Looks
wrong.
a bit odd.
But the quality of work is there.
Yeah, quality of work, attention to work is there. It's just that the level of artistic endeavor
Yeah.
is very Japanese, which is not the European level.
Correct. It's like
artistry.
Yeah. How can we make it work? Does it matter how it looks? Not really.
But Bobby actually said something. Bobby of Evo,
Yeah.
you know, he said something actually recently because I think he's advertising for what is that? Bufori.
Right. Okay.
So he said, unlike Mitsuoka that only does nose job, which is true.
Yeah.
Technically, it's true because compared to Bufori, Mitsuoka is
Very basic.
it's very basic because they literally do nose job.
Yeah, they don't really do much engineering as far as I can tell.
They do a little bit of chassis lengthening, like in the Leseda, or how do you pronounce it? And then they do it again in the Himiko, which is really nice. I really like it. They take a Miata and then they strengthen the front. Beautiful!
Yeah.
But that's the extent of their work. Where else these guys in Kapong,
They build a lot of the things.
I know,
carbon
right?
fiber and all that.
you may not like their taste,
Yeah.
but the reality is dudes are building cars ground up.
Yeah. I mean, they're charging a lot. It's
expensive.
It's expensive. But it's a completely different product.
They're playing at a different level, man. Yeah, they're literally playing at a different level. So anyway, so coming back to Mitsuoka. Mitsuoka was partially bought as a business investment because I ran them out. I ran my Jaguar Mark IIs and whatnot. So I ran them out. And the car ran out quite well, actually, because I can price it really cheap.
It looks like squint your eye. It looks like a Mark II, just like, you know.
You screen very hard.
I mean, the fact that people have to look twice and think twice, what car is this?
Yeah.
Is enough for you to.
Yeah, many people doesn't know, and it's really a talking point because when you park in front of a wedding hall, everyone takes picture of the car.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding you. Everyone takes picture of the car. It's just amazing stuff. So yeah, I ran them out too if you want.
We'll leave links down below.
So I bought the Mitsuoka. It cost me 7-8K to get it back on the road, nicely repainted. I repainted from a dark grey to a white, yellowish off-white, that kind of 70s British white
Luxury.
luxury. It now looks the part.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And that was like I think the most practical car you bought.
I semi-daily the car, man.
It's modern.
Yeah.
It's
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 30,
relatively
it's
modern.
25
The
years
fact that you got fuel injection. It's, you
Yes.
Yeah.
I have fuel injection.
probably have ABS on it. Or
I have aircon. I have ABS.
It's like your typical
I have
90s.
I have LSD. I'm not kidding you. The car has LSD.
Oh, not the drug.
No, not
limited.
limited slip diff. Yes. Dude, the car can drift, bro.
Don't.
Yeah, a lot of people drop RB25s into them.
Wow.
Yeah, it really drifts, man. Anyway.
Interesting proposition.
No, I'm not going to do that to my car.
Yeah. But it's auto.
It's automatic.
Inside is very taxi spec lah, but
It's
it looks comfortable. I said
It is
inside,
very comfortable.
yeah. It's spacious.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's like a C going on D segment by today's standard.
It's basically a 124
124.
Mercedes.
Oh yeah.
Basically that level.
And then after that,
Oh, after that.
this is the one where I don't know why when I saw it I was like, my friend has gone mad. we were filming what car I can't remember.
It was a Corolla Cross hybrid.
Cross, yeah. So I came with the most modern Japanese
Yeah.
mass-produced CKD car
Yeah.
you can find
Hybrid.
in Malaysia. And suddenly I heard this motorboat and literally a rust bucket on me.
I showed up in a 160J. The car has many names. It's called a Datsun
Yeah.
Violet in Malaysia. It's called Datsun Violet. It's also known as the 160J. J stands for what? I don't know.
Yeah, but also yours, there's so many different body styles.
Yeah.
I cannot understand Nissan Datsun's
Yeah.
scheme of.
So what happened was, the story was, it starts with the 510.
Okay.
You see, Nissan doesn't have many models. Originally, they don't have that many, especially for a developing country. So you have the small car, which is the Sunny, which is the Y,
Yeah.
the 120Y, 130Y. You have the Y, small car, not great. They don't handle well. They don't run fast.
Yeah. The Corolla of.
The Corolla of
Nissan.
Datsun.
Yeah.
All right.
Datsun.
Then of course you have one class up, which is the Corona. This is before the time of Camry. Today Camry fills that shoe, but back then it was a Corona. All right, before the coming of Camry, because Camry came from Celica. So there's another story there. but Corona was like one class up from Corolla. So Datsun has a Bluebird, Aoi Tori. I think culturally speaking, I think for the Japanese, the Bluebird is a very culturally significant image. So that's why they call that car a Bluebird. It's like speaking about fish and chips in British, you know. It's like part of your image, part of your culture, you know.
Right.
So
But
the
in
Bluebird,
Chinese, Bluebird.
no, it's just the pronunciation of Bluebird doesn't mean anything to the Chinese. It's just a blue colored bird. I'm like. So, but the Japanese are, oh, Bluebird, Aoi Tori. And you see them in cartoons, animes and things like that. But the problem is the Bluebird is pronounced very wrongly in Hokkien. Bluebird, I don't need to say it, you know. In the 70s, the Bluebird, the standard Bluebird was a 510, the 510 generation. Wildly successful. That was a car that was gaining traction because some artist was also driving them. So the Bluebird was like one class up from the Sunny. Today it would have been felt by Saphiros and Tianas and whatnot. But back then it was not that big. It was just bigger, more comfortable, about Corolla size by today's standard. Yeah? So the Bluebird was so successful, it ran for so long. And this is what Nissan does very wrongly in Malaysia and worldwide. Worldwide. Just because a model sells, a new model that comes that's supposed to replace it was not replaced.
Yeah.
And it was sold simultaneously, given a different name.
Yeah. This one reduced price.
Yeah.
This one just stack up.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. And they did it again and again into the 90s. I think they're still doing it.
Now
no more. Now no more.
Yeah.
Okay. Not enough models for them to do that.
Yeah.
But anyway, so the 510 was so successful. Because it was so successful, Nissan wanted to address some of the complaints of the 510, which is not luxurious enough, not big enough for Americans and things like that. So they came out with the 610. There is just a little bit of a problem with the 610. Because it got bigger, more luxurious, it got more expensive. And because it got more expensive, a lot of people in developing countries don't want it. They went back and buy the 510. That's why Tanchong does what they do. To a certain extent, it's customer feedback.
Right.
The customer don't want the 610. Or Nissan thinks that you guys don't want the 610.
Right.
So
Market conditions dictate that people won't buy this car.
correct. Either they decide or it's a feedback, I don't know.
Yeah.
So within 1 year of the launch of 610, they came out with a 710. That's the Violet. So what they did is 510 became a 610, but 510 also became a 710 that runs concurrently. So there is a 710 and then there's a 610 that is marginally different in size.
This sounds like the Land Cruiser story. 70 and also 80.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
That's exactly the Prado and the Land Cruiser story, and how Prado branched off because of the continuous selling of the older models.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing. So the 710 is our so-called Bluebird. That's why they call it the Violet, because it's a different shade of blue.
My God. But at least now, to me, Nissan's naming scheme is starting to make sense.
At least you saw it. Like, why out of nowhere it's called Violet?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Because it's a different shade of blue.
So that's the 710 notchback. But they also had a saloon.
Well, 710 comes in a sedan. The sedan has a very notchback design, which is very American and very revolutionary at that time. But visibility was very poor and a lot of people complained and whatnot. It was just a little bit too rah-rah. They scaled back a bit in the facelift. There's a facelift where they go back to a more sedan as opposed to a kind of back. So, to be honest, it is a great car because in an SSS trim, the car weighs like 950 kg. like your Vios, but with a 1.6 litre engine, twin carb, producing as much, if not more horsepower than a modern Vios. So imagine this, you have a Vios of a modern, lighter than a modern Vios, with a horsepower equivalent to a modern Vios, rear-wheel drive, running around town. The first people that pick up the car will be all the paikias, all the gangsters, all the alongs are the first one, and indeed they were. In fact, the car was favoured by bank robbers. Somebody commented I have bank robber taste car. I have the Mark II, which is like British bank robber cars in the 60s because it was just so fast. Then the 70s, you have the Violet, which is like the bank robber cars, 4-door sports sedan, from Japan, relatively cheap. But of course, mine was not that. No.
It was the coupe.
Yes, mine was a coupe, man. The 2-door, which is so rare. I don't know how many units there are in Malaysia. That's why I snatched up. There was another unit up for sale, asking for 40,000 ringgit in a presentable condition. It wasn't nice. It was presentable, original-ish. So,
like your red Celica before you worked on it, that condition?
No, better than that.
Better than
that. But I feel it's a bit expensive. But anyhow, I'm not going to spend 40,000 on the Violet. But anyhow, mine was much less. So I bought the car with a view to restore it. And I collected all the parts already. It's ready already. So now all the parts are there. The seats are all there. But the engine needs a bit of an overhaul because the piston ring is definitely worn. So when you rev it, you see white smoke coming out on the back.
It's part of the appeal.
Yeah, it is. So yeah, we love cars here. So this is our second episode of podcast. Brought to you by Kelapa Jelly.
Kelapa Oasis.
Yeah.
All right.
See you guys.
Thanks for watching.